Comptroller General of the United States, my old job, who is now featured in the timely documentary about America's culture of debt, IOUSA. Please welcome David Walker.
Good to be with you, Bill.
David, thank you for being here.
I'm staying up past my bedtime.
Thank you. I've watched your documentary. You're doing a great service to our country. Let me just set you so the audience know who we're talking to here. Comptroller General for 10 years, starting in 1998. And that is the head of the Government Accountability Office. I think a lot of people would be surprised to find out that the government has any accountability. But you were sort of the Richard Clark, if I may make an analogy to 9/11, of our economic crisis. You were the guy with his hair on fire, running down the hallway saying, we have got to do something. Why didn't anybody listen to you?
Well, first, Bill, unfortunately, I lost my hair a while ago. But with regard, you know, there are more people paying attention now. Quite frankly, what we've seen in the last couple of weeks is a precursor to what we could see if we don't start getting our federal government's finances together. The factors that led to this current mortgage-based subprime exist with regard to the federal government's finances, and Washington is asleep.
Yeah, to say the least. Now, a lot of times when people are talking about the dire straits we're in, what I hear on the news is the phrase, what's politically possible? And it drives me crazy, because it seems like we're in a state now where we have to kind of get past what's politically possible and just really do what we need to do. If you could put aside what's politically possible, what is your prescription for fixing the mess we're in?
First, we need the presidential candidates to be leaders, not laggards. We need them to tell the truth about the situation that we're in. You know, we need to be able to do what we have to be able to get our economy back in shape. But we also need to recognize that while the next president and the administration is going to have to focus on getting our economy back in shape and helping to restore confidence, we need to focus on our fiscal future. We need some type of commission that will report back within a year to do budget control, Social Security, Medicare, tax reform. It's critical.
Dave,
yes,
you're not a politician.
I'm not.
That was a bunch of vague bullshit. What do we need to do? What do we need to cut? Tell me, cut the defense budget by half. Tell me, tell me.
Well, hold on. First, we have to reestablish budget controls that expired in 2002, and everything has been out of control since then. It's been unfinanced tax cuts, unfinanced war costs, unfinanced spending increases, unfinanced bailouts, unfinanced entitlement expansions. We have to reform Social Security. It's easy. We have to end up engaging in some tax reform. We have to cut waste in the Defense Department. We have to be able to also, do some things with regard to our tax system. You know, both these guys that are running right now, by the way, are going to make it worse. The bottom line for both of their proposals makes our deficits and debt worse. They're not stepping up to the plate. We need leadership.
Yeah. But, you know, we have a debt. They took down the debt clock in New York this week because they ran out of digits.
And it's even the wrong number, Bill. The number that they're showing is over 10 trillion. We've got over 40 trillion more off the balance sheet. This country is in a $55 trillion hole, $480,000 per household. You know, that's the number we need to be focusing on, and it goes up by 2 to 3 trillion a year, even with a balanced budget. Needless to say, we're going the wrong way on that.
So how do you close that gap? I mean, don't you have to tell people that their taxes are going to have to go up a great deal? I mean, how do you pay off this $56 trillion we have in obligations? I don't even know what comes after trillion. And I guess we got to find out that word.
Believe it or not, the British don't even use the word trillion. They use 1,000 billion. And it is difficult to understand, but it's $480,000 per household, and median household income in America is less than $50,000 a year. As I said, when you're bleeding, you've got to establish a tourniquet. We've got to stop the bleeding, and then we've got to reform Social Security, reform our health care system, reform our tax system. Yes, we're going to need more revenues. There's no question, but we're going to also have to really re-look at what the government's doing, because we're so far away from what the Founding Fathers intended that, frankly, we've lost our way.
What do you think about Alan? What do you think about Alan Greenspan? It seems to me he's the guy who, for so many years, everyone was saying he is the god. He is the oracle. Whatever he said, it goes to that part of human nature that wants to make things into gods. He doesn't look so good now, does he?
Well, frankly, I think Alan Greenspan did a number of things that were good in the short term, but he didn't do some things that frankly have caused us to have a problem now and over the longer term. And quite frankly, our society is too focused on today. We're not taking enough steps to help create a better tomorrow. You know, this is a great country, but we're below average for an industrialized nation in a whole range of areas. Most people don't understand that. We're living on our reputation. We need to get serious, make some tough choices so our future can be better than our past.
All right. Thank you, David Walker. And thank you for what you've done for our country. This guy,
so much.
Really, I mean, this movie, it's the feel-good downer movie of the year.